Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're going deep, really deep, into the power of stories.
Stories.
Yeah, we've got this fascinating mix of business case studies, some cultural observations, even a bit of psychology,
Hmm, interesting. Where'd you find all this?
all from excerpts. Sounds like they're from lectures, but it's all about uncovering how stories shape us, our perceptions, influence our choices, you know, and how they connect with us so much deeper than like just facts or features.
I'm intrigued. Where do we start?
I thought the Stumptown coffee example was a great place to begin. It's not just about selling beans, they're selling this whole journey of the geisha bean.
Ah, yeah, from what, like a small town to international acclaim.
Exactly. It's like they've captured that essence of discovery and, well, put it right in your cup.
Clever.
And it reminded me of how Abercrombie and Fitch does their branding. You walk in their store, it's not just clothes, it's a story.
A story about what?
Adventures, belonging, shared experiences, it's all there.
They're tapping into something really fundamental, like the human need for narratives.
Oh, absolutely.
We crave them. It's how we make sense of things, give meaning to, well, even just objects, and connect with something bigger, wouldn't you say?
100%. It's like stories provide this framework that helps us make sense of things that otherwise might just be random, like chaos almost.
Exactly. But let's switch gears for a sec. Let's talk Nike. Their rise is legendary. It's beyond clever marketing, truly. Think about it, the 1972 Munich Olympics, a bit of a somber time, and then bam! American runner Frank Shorter wins the marathon.
Yeah,
That victory wasn't just a win, it sparked this running boom in the US. Everyone suddenly wants to run, and they need better shoes.
makes sense.
And that created the perfect space for a brand like Nike.
They were ready for it too, weren't they?
Oh, yeah. Their co-founder, Bill Bowerman, track coach, famous for his, well, tinkering, he used a waffle iron to create a new sole for running shoes.
I'd heard that story. Talk about ingenuity, right?
You're right. It was a total game changer, too. Runners needed more cushioning, and boom, the waffle sole.
Plus, they were rooted in Eugene, Oregon.
A mecca for distance running. Adds to their authenticity.
Definitely. Then there's Steve Prefontaine, too. Iconic runner, trained with Bowerman.
That story, it added another layer to Nike, didn't it? This image of pure passion, dedication, resonated with, well, with so many runners.
You're right. It's like Nike wasn't selling just shoes, but a belief system, a community, a love for running.
And their story resonated because it was authentic, it was real, it reflected, like, the aspirations of who they wanted to reach.
So what's the takeaway here? Seems like tapping into shared values, that's key.
Absolutely. It's about embodying the spirit, the heart of what you're doing.
Makes sense. But what about like Adidas, Puma, Tiger? They all had stories, right?
Yeah, but their narratives didn't quite hit the same way with American runners, did they?
True.
Think about it. Adidas, German roots, not the same connection to, say, distance running. Puma, more of a family feud story, not really tied to the running world.
And Tiger, big in Japan, but
Not the same cultural weight for American runners.
right. Reinforces the point, though, authenticity.
Fabricated stories just fall flat. Remember when Toyota tried to tap into hip-hop culture with that Scion brand?
Ooh, yeah, that felt so forced, didn't it?
Toyota's reliability, practicality, not exactly the rebellious spirit of hip-hop.
Totally. It was missing that genuine connection and, well, yeah, failed to connect.
See, authenticity is paramount. Now, let's shift gears. Totally different direction. Think about our fascination with, well, with the underdog.
The underdog.
Yeah. David and Goliath, fairy tales, even like expressions, the big bad wolf, all that.
It's true. It's everywhere, isn't it? We root for the little guy. It's almost like we're suspicious of anything big or powerful.
It's in our culture, isn't it? We distrust big corporations. We like romanticize entrepreneurs, prefer intimate, cozy spaces.
Even like dollar stores are playing on that, right?
Absolutely. Taking on those giant stores. Even Disneyland does it with their scaled down architecture.
So visitors feel larger than life.
It's subtle but brilliant. We're drawn to it. And Susan Boyle, talk about the ultimate underdog story.
Oh, totally. Britain's Got Talent. That was incredible. This unassuming woman just blew everyone away.
And her song choice, I Dreamed a Dream, perfect.
Gave me chills.
Her story resonated because it gave us hope. It reminded us that greatness can come from, well, anywhere, especially in a culture that, values individual achievement.
But here's the thing. Brands have figured out how to use this.
Oh, absolutely. Like Nike with their sub-brands or Greyhound with their Bolt bus. Playing the underdog card, it works.
It's interesting how companies, even huge ones, can tap into that same feeling we have for, like, authentic underdogs.
Like Starbucks, they created that 15th Avenue coffee and tea shop, remember? Trying to capture that small local feel.
Battling that big coffee image.
Exactly. It shows you how they can use these narratives to connect with specific emotions, even if they're massive, emphasizing, say, authenticity, that local connection. It taps into that underdog story.
Smart. Okay, completely different topic.
Yeah.
This whole age of me, individualism, that's a core part of American culture, wouldn't you say?
Oh, without a doubt, it's everywhere. From Thomas Jefferson's pursuit of happiness to, well, even 50 Cent's view of money as freedom.
And it shows up in how we, consume things, how we buy things. We want choices, tons of choices. It's almost overwhelming sometimes.
Think about it. Grocery aisles, 85 types of crackers.
Too many choices.
Yeah.
But it's more than that, isn't it? We resist being told what to do, even if it's for our own good.
Like those early seatbelt campaigns. Focus on safety, authority, but people just, well, they didn't buckle up.
Stubborn, maybe.
It's reactance, that gut reaction against being told what to do.
We value our freedom to choose that much, huh?
It seems like it. It shows up in pop culture, too, you know? We love Rule Breakers, Bonnie and Clyde, heist movies, all of that.
That fascination with doing things your own way, huh?
Exactly. So how do you sell to someone who hates being told what to do, but loves a good rebel?
That's the question, isn't it?
Those seatbelt campaigns figured it out, though. Remember, click it or ticket.
Yeah. Gave people a choice. Buckle up or, well, get a ticket.
They framed it perfectly. Offering a choice, even within a system, it appealed to that need for, like, autonomy.
So smart. They turned compliance into, like, self-determination.
It really was, and it shows you how strong that need for control is. But it's not just control, it's fairness, too.
Oh, yeah, we want a fair deal, don't we? Think about it. We pay for music even though, free downloads are everywhere.
It feels like stealing not to, right? We analyze discounts, sometimes to a crazy degree.
3 blocks for 5 cents off, I've done it.
It's not always about the money saved, it's about the principle of it. Moral accounting, that's what it's called. We want to feel like we haven't been, like, cheated.
That sense of balance.
Yeah.
And that ties into this core belief in American culture, equal opportunity.
We want a level playing field. And that leads us to a really cool thought experiment. The Casio watch versus, say, a Samsung stereo.
I think I've heard of this.
It shows how we react differently to discounts based on the perceived value, not just the dollar amount.
So you might walk further for a bigger discount on a cheaper thing.
Like that Casio watch. Even if the actual dollars saved are the same as a smaller discount on a pricier thing, like the stereo.
Interesting. So it's not about the actual money, it's how good the deal feels.
Exactly. Our brains are fascinating. But let's switch gears one last time before we wrap up this part. This need to stand apart, to express ourselves as individuals, that's a big deal, wouldn't you say?
Especially in a world that feels increasingly, well, the same. It's like we're craving what makes us unique.
It's a totally natural response to feeling lost in a crowd.
And you see it everywhere, right? Tattoos, customized products, even personalized license plates.
It's all about crafting something uniquely yours.
Claiming our own space in the world.
And In-N-Out Burger, they totally get this.
You mean that secret menu?
It's not just the food, it's that sense of being in the know, different.
Clever marketing.
But there's a catch, right? When something becomes too common, it loses that appeal. Like Krispy Kreme and how their popularity kind of backfired.
The donuts were everywhere. You could find them anywhere.
It diluted the specialness. They became, well, just another donut.
A commodity.
And that's what hurt them. Scarcity, it creates value, you know. Krispy Kreme lost that when their donuts became, I don't know, too easy to get.
It makes you think sometimes less is more.
It's a balancing act. How do you stay exclusive and still reach a lot of people?
Tough question. I think it comes back to the story, though, doesn't it?
The story.
Yeah, like how brands connect with us. Like Malcolm Gladwell, he's great at that.
He talks directly to you, asks questions. It's engaging.
It's like he's having a conversation, not just, lecturing.
And that's why it's so compelling. He gets it. We're in this age of me, and he writes to that.
It makes you feel like you're part of it, like your perspective matters.
Exactly. It's about making that connection. And that, well, brings us to the end of this part. What are you thinking so far?
It really makes you think about all these ideas. Fairness, scarcity, individuality, all coming back to stories. It's like we're starting to see those connections.
Yeah, the invisible threads between, well, our choices, how we see things.
We think we're being rational.
Yeah.
But there's so much more going on, these like psychological and cultural narratives influencing us.
It's powerful stuff.
It is. And that's why being aware of it, understanding how it shapes our worldview, it's crucial.
Once you see it, you can't unsee it, can you?
Exactly.
You become more aware, you start questioning things like, okay, whose story is this? What are they trying to sell me? Does it even align with, what I believe in?
You become a more conscious consumer,
Yeah.
not just of products, but like of ideas.
It's empowering, wouldn't you say?
Totally. You're not just accepting what's being thrown at you.
You get to choose which stories to embrace, which to reject.
You're the author of your own story.
Mm-hmm.
But going back to this whole age of me thing, it's easy to see it as negative, right? Obsessed with ourselves. But could there be like a good side to it too?
Interesting question. I think so, yeah. Individualism, when it's channeled the right way, it drives innovation, creativity.
Because people feel empowered to, I don't know, express themselves, follow their passions.
Exactly. And that can lead to some pretty amazing things.
Like a renaissance almost,
Oh.
driven by self-expression and wanting to contribute to the world.
Like all the creativity we see online, people building businesses, making art, forming communities.
All driven by that me-centric idea.
A lot of it, yeah. People feel empowered, they take risks, they challenge the way things are, and you get innovative solutions.
So it can actually be a force for good.
I think so, yeah. It's like any powerful force. It can be used in different ways. It depends how we choose to use it.
Makes sense. Okay, circling back to this idea of scarcity that we touched on earlier,
Mm.
that we value things more when they're hard to find. There's something about it like almost an instinctive.
It's definitely evolutionary. Scarcity equals value. It makes sense, even in nature. The rarest resources, they're the most fought over.
So we're programmed to want things that are like advantageous, help us survive.
And that translates into how we buy things. Exclusive products, limited editions, things that are, like, hard to get.
We think if it's this hard to find, it must be good.
Right. And that's why luxury brands are so successful. They cultivate that exclusivity, which drives up demand, which drives up the price.
It's like a cycle. And it goes back to Krispy Kreme. They lost that scarcity, lost the perceived value.
It's a cautionary tale. You have to maintain that sense of exclusivity.
But it's not enough to just be scarce, is it? The story behind it has to resonate too, make people feel like they're part of something special.
That's what gives it meaning. Elevates it beyond just, like, a thing. It becomes aspirational.
It's a signal, right? Like you're in the know, you're part of the group.
Exactly. And that's why people pay more for something that, well, might not be that special otherwise.
It's all about the perceived value, the stories we create in our minds about what things mean. And that's why understanding all of this is so important. It's not just about stories. It's about understanding how we make decisions, how we see the world.
It's about culture, the narratives that, like, form our lives, who we are.
But we're not just passive in all of this, are we? We're active participants. We choose which stories to believe.
We choose which to reject. We can even create our own.
It's pretty amazing to think that we have, more control than we realize.
We do. It's about, like, being more aware, more critical.
Questioning the narratives, the stories.
Yeah. Looking for those different perspectives.
It's like we're all carrying these invisible scripts around, shaping how we think and act.
And once we see them, well, we can rewrite them.
Powerful stuff. And that's what this whole deep dive has been about, right? Uncovering those hidden scripts, show you how storytelling works, so you can, take control.
It's been quite a journey, hasn't it? Exploring how these stories, the ones we tell ourselves, the ones we buy into, they impact us so much.
They really do. Our perceptions, relationships, our decisions even.
It's pretty profound when you think about it.
So as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this. Pay attention to the stories you're hearing, the ones you're seeing. Ask yourself, are they authentic?
Yeah, do they, like, resonate with you, with your values?
Are they empowering you? Or are they trying to, manipulate you in some way?
Whose story is it, really? What's the motive behind it?
And most importantly, what's your story?
The story you want to tell.
Because when you understand how stories work, you realize you can change your story. You can rewrite the script.
You have that power.
So go out there, be the author of your own story. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.